Namaste, Namaskaram, Vanakkam, Namo, Namaha, Jai Ganesha. Please visit our website at classicalyoga.org, and if you'd like, subscribe to our podcasts. Hindu life, the divine customs of the Hindu yoga, religious, spiritual, scientific lifestyle. Beginning with our greeting, Namaste, Namaskaram to the elders. I bow to you. Mudras are Hindu hand gestures, sign language, if you will. This great Anjali mudra really says it all. We bring the palms together, the tips of the fingers touching, which are very sensitive. And each finger represents, beginning with the baby finger, the laws of motion, tamas, and the ring finger, rajas. The middle finger, interestingly, is sattva, or equilibrium. The index finger, the atmana, and the thumb, the paramatma. And when we bring the hands together thusly, it makes the shape of the diya flame. Devout Hindus light a diya every day to attract the attention of the spirit world, the Devaloka, and also to remind us to uncover the inner light, the in-diya. And also, in making this beautiful gesture of namaste, there's a space in the middle, the silence, the chaturya, the absolute. Also, the shape of the hands in namaste, and especially bringing the elbows together and over the head, makes the veil of Muruga, veil, Shakti veil, reminding us to go up the spine and pierce through into inner enlightenment, the Sahasrara chakra. Now, beginning with the feet, Hindus go barefoot a lot, especially always in our mandirs and ashrams. Contrast this to perhaps other religions where this would be seen as an oddity. So in going barefoot, we're doing reflexology. We're showing a certain humbleness, which is also demonstrated by the touching of the feet of the deity, if you can, or just bowing and prostrating on the floor, touching the feet of our elders and our teachers, which automatically induces a sense of humility and compassion. Imagine many Westerners, for example, children being asked to bow to their parents' feet. They would think this is absolutely absurd. Now, many Indian women wear toe rings, and it's always on the second toe next to the big toe, and it's out of silver. Now, much of this comes from Ayurveda, so take it with a grain of salt. But it is said that this stimulates the uterus, helping to control the menstrual cycle. Hindu women wear bangles, many bangles, made of precious metals, which is said to help with the bone growth. And also the tinkling of the bangles is a very auspicious sound. When a Hindu woman marries, she gets beautifully decorated with henna. And note that many of the things are becoming popular in the Western world, often without realizing that this is all about the Hindu religious, spiritual, scientific lifestyle. And interestingly, the henna, besides being beautiful in design, was meant to cool the body and reduce the stress of the marriage night. Many Hindu women never cut their hair and wear it in a large bun on the back of their head. Hindu Purohits also wear choti, and this is a sacred spot at the back of the head, coming forward to the pituitary and the pineal, right into the third eye point, the mark of the Hindu, often made fun of, sadly, like many other aspects of the Hindu yoga dharma. But this third eye point is prajna, where we perceive the antar jyotir, the inner light. And this kumkum is made from lime and turmeric, green and yellow, which gives a red. And lime is antiseptic. Turmeric is renowned for its anti-inflammatory products. And in Hindu curry, obviously we find turmeric, which is part of the daily Hindu diet, which is chiefly vegetarian. And note when the Hindu traditionally eats, they eat sitting cross-legged on the floor. And with the hands, and with clean hands, obviously this becomes a very sensuous, enjoyable experience. And in sitting on the floor and rocking back and forth as you eat, it helps to aid digestion. And learning to sit comfortably on the floor is a liberating experience. One does not need to find a chair. The floor will do fine. And look how many people can be accommodated by sitting on the floor without the aid of chairs. This actually makes one more independent. We could call this exercise without exercise, as the legs are strengthened and gain flexibility. Ironically, when many in the West have completely distorted what is supposed to be called Hatha Yoga, many will say that Hindus don't do Hatha Yoga. Obviously, they've never been to a mandir, where even the Ajasnayajis, the grandparents, can sit for hours and hours through a lengthy puja on the floor, sitting cross-legged, while some of the Western Hatha Yogis get very uncomfortable after the first hour or so. Now, Hindu women also wear sindoor, the kumkum, down the center of the head, across the corpus callosum. And this is said to enhance the sexual drive. Thus, unmarried women do not wear the sindoor. Traditional Indian clothes are made out of silk, especially the saris. And silk rubbing against the skin is said to create an electromagnetic charge. Ear piercing, very popular, which is said to stimulate the intellect. Our Hindu mandirs are of divine design. They're actually designed with the human chakras in mind. Kundalini Yoga. Remember, all of real yoga is the Hindu religious, spiritual, scientific lifestyle. Karma Yoga, ethics and selfless service. Bhakti Yoga, which begins with Namaste. Hindu devotions, Raja Yoga, Hindu contemplations, meditation, if you will. Gyan Yoga, Hindu studies, internal, external. Hatha Yoga, Hindu devotional postures. Mantra Yoga, Hindu divine chants. Japa Yoga, Hindu divine chants on beads. Nada Yoga, Hindu divine music. Natha Yoga, Hindu divine dance, Bharatnatyam. All this stimulates the inner awakening, or Kundalini Yoga. And our mandirs are designed. We see these huge gopurams from far off. And as you enter the temple grounds, some as huge as a small city, Madurai, for example, one sees the Kodimaram, the flagpole, which reminds us to stand up straight, the spine, as we're going up and in to a divine physical sanctuary and the internal sanctuary. And then the first chakra is depicted by the Vahana, the animal deity. For example, a Ganesh Mandir. Mushika would be next to the Kodimaram. Second chakra, the water chakra, would be a place to wash the feet, maybe even a huge temple tank where one can fully immerse and bathe before entering the sanctum sanctorum. The third chakra, the fire chakra, would be the Agni Hotra, where one does the original yajna, which is yoga, the sacred doing of Hinduism, the fire, the first word of the Rig Veda, Agni Mile, praise the fire. The outer fire, the inner fire. Fire is life, the Indiya. The fourth chakra, Anahata chakra, is depicted in a beautiful design overhead as one comes closer and closer to the deity, the Murti, the divine representation. So too the fifth chakra, beautiful design overhead. These are yantras. The sixth chakra, Ajna chakra, is the third eye point, the bindi of the deity. And rarely seen, for only the pujaris go in the sanctum sanctorum, the garbhagraha. Up above will often be the design of the Sahasrara chakra. So there is no separation between the classic yogas of Hinduism and the Hindu daily lifestyle, starting with the mandir, which devout Hindus try to attend on a weekly basis, in the village on a daily basis. And then, of course, all Hindus make a mandir out of their home. Every devout Hindu home has a puja place, maybe a separate room where they do their devotions, which becomes an extension of the mandir, the temple. The ghanta, the bell, an important part of any puja. Certainly when we enter the mandirs, we often ring the ghanta. And these are beautifully designed, intricately designed bells made of precious metals, zinc, copper, and a well-designed ghanta will reverberate for 7 seconds, representing the 7 chakras. And all Hindus chant the pranava om, a, u, Vaishvanara Tejasya Prajna. This threefold understanding that we are animal, human, and divine as we ascend from the belly to the heart to the head, a, u, and to the all-important Chaturya, the fourth, the absolute, the silence in between, of which we cannot speak. No one can speak of Advaita, non-dual. No one can speak of the Chaturya, Yatovacho Nivartante Aprapyas Manasa Saha. Obviously, this absolute, being what it is beyond speech, even beyond the very mind that seeks to comprehend it. Hence the Atmana, which is not the mind. So be wary those who turn the Hindu yoga, religious, spiritual, scientific lifestyle upside down. We want to start at the beginning and not the end. Remember, Vedanta is the end of the Vedas. To get to the end, we must start at the beginning. Karma, Bhakti, Raja, Jnana. This is the way to Nirvana. Chariye, Kariye, Yoga, Jnanam. This is the same as we just told you. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. How many times do we have to tell thee all of yoga is Sanatana Dharma? This is Hinduism. Watch your Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda, Jnana Kanda. Hindus, be proud to be a Hindu and follow this Hindu yoga, religious, spiritual, scientific lifestyle. Those interested in the Hindu yoga, religious, spiritual, scientific lifestyle, study, learn. And maybe you too will one day formally commit to becoming a Hindu. Namaste.